Ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, from Lima Shenanigans of 1977, it's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It's time for the NXT Event Center Wrestling Report. And now here's the man that will bring you all the wrestling happenings from the WWE Superstars of tomorrow, Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Lima Shenanigans 1977. It's episode 2257, ladies and gentlemen. And this is another NXT Event Center report for May the 20th, 2025. As you know, this coming Sunday, this coming Saturday, this coming Sunday is NXT Battleground. That's right, NXT Battleground. And also, I believe AEW Double or Nothing is happening that same day too. So a lot of but I do have an idea though. I do have an idea. We're going to talk about NXT Battleground. That's what we need to talk about, and we're really excited about it. So this is the final NXT for Battleground, where history is going to be made. I'll run down the card real quick. Some matches have already been set up already so far. The NXT Women's title on the line, Stephanie McMahon against Jordynne Grace. NXT title, I believe, on the line. Obafemi to defend against Miles Bourne of No Quarter Catch Crew. And for the first time ever in a WWE PLE, the TNA title, world title, will be on the line. Joe Hendry defends against Trick Williams. Those are the kind of matches. Well, the other matches have been just added to the card. We'll get to it when we get to it. Well, Ricky Saints, the new NXT North American Champion, Ricky Saints. The Revolution will be televised. Kicks off NXT, joins Booker T, Vic Joseph, and Corey Graves on commentary as a triple threat match, as Javon Evans took on Super Sean Legacy of Evolve, and Ashante the Adonis, who's been having, well, he's trying to solve his woman problems, and he got a kiss from a girl in the crowd. And I'm telling you one thing right now, Ashante Adonis, focus on winning matches, not the ladies. Here's what I do. If I was going to be a professional wrestler, okay, I would focus on winning matches and winning titles. The women come to me as a bonus. That's how I would put it. Or if some of the ladies say, hey, I can help you win a championship, and it'd be different. But might I digress. Well, anyways, during the matchup, though, as Ricky Saints was enjoying himself on commentary, Ethan Page comes jumping from the crowd, jumps Ricky Saints. Javon Evans dives all over everybody, but Super Sean Legacy took advantage while Ashante the Adonis was showing off on the top rope. Javon Evans moves over. Super Sean Legacy moves over, and Super Sean Legacy ends up picking up the victory in that triple threat match. That means down the road, a North American title matchup for the Evolve star. Meanwhile, Ava talks to Robert Stone, and Stevie Turner tells them to deal with with Saints and Page. And then we come to find out that the season 1 winners of LFG will be Tyra May Steele and Jasper Troy. That's right. And Jasper Troy warned Ava that he's going to make an impact on NXT. Jordynne Grace, who's doing a workout section, and addresses Stephanie McMahon, and says that Jordynne Grace said that she will be the NXT Women's Champion, and then because she addresses that her, Julia, and Stephanie McMahon all signed in to the WWE earlier in the year. Lola Vice saw that segment and talked to Stephanie McMahon and shows a lot of respect to her. And then Fatal Influence confronts Lola Vice, and the two ladies a little argue about their little partnership they got going. So looks like they may challenge each other to a matchup. Trick Williams did a rap concert on Joe Hendry, calling him Average Joe. I don't know how that's good. But Joe Hendry was watching the whole thing. He said, you know what, I'm good. And ends up tuning up his guitar before the matchup. Kelly Kincaid interviews Josh Briggs, and Josh Briggs about to go in one-on-one against Shawn Spears. Briggs apologizes to his former partner Yoshiki Inamura, but he says, "I'm dedicating this match to you." And Josh Briggs went one-on-one with Shawn Spears, and Brooks Jensen and Izzy Dane got involved during the matchup, and Shawn Spears ended up winning, and then the culling, after Josh Briggs saw what happened, Briggs started brawling with Shawn Spears after the matchup, and then the culling jumped him, and then all of a sudden here comes Hank and Tank, and that will lead into Battleground, a trios matchup, a six-man tag, as the Cullen go up against the team of Josh Briggs and the NXT Tag Team Champions Hank Walker and Tank Ledger. And Hank and Tank did assist them. Meanwhile, Kaylani Jordan was confronting Soruka and Zarya in the women's locker room, saying, "Now, do we have a deal that if I beat Zarya, I would get a women's North American title shot at Battleground?" And Soruka said, yes, and then Zarya said, now you have to get by me. It's fine, I'll see you out there. And it seems like to me Zarya has been gatekeeping. So, you know what? Teach Kalani Jordan a lesson. That's what I say. Then, Tatum Paxley, who was still zoned out the fact that she lost Shotzi and Gigi Dolan. And then, Thea Hale had a bandage over her eye, saying, "What was that all about?" Blaming me and all that. And then as she was talking, listen, if anybody knows how you feel losing people, it's me. And then, she lost Riley Osborne, Duke Hudson from JSU, and all of a sudden, Jada Parker jumps Thea Hale from behind, and she goes, "I know how you feel." "You do?" "No, I don't. I don't feel bad for you." And she acts like a jerk, Jada Parker, and walks away. Looks like I think Thea Hale should be a new friend for Tatum Paxley. So, then, speaking of Jada Parker, she did not come out for the returning OTM as they face the JSU team of Kale Dixon and Uriah Connors. OTM ends up winning the match. And then, face-to-face, Obafemi and Miles Bourne. And Miles Bourne said a lot of good points, and so did Obafemi. And Obafemi warned him, "This ain't no Disney movie. I know you want to be an inspiration, but a little bit misleading, though, and a little admirable." But then Miles Bourne says, "You're right. It is no fairy tale. It is no Disney story. It's real." So Obafemi determined. And when Miles Bourne departed from the ring, Jasper Troy, good on his word, saying that he will make an impact, attacked Obafemi, and then while he did that, Miles Bourne chased him out of the ring and was holding the NXT title, but then gives the title back to Obafemi. And then Miles Bourne offered a hand, but Obafemi did not want it. So I think Miles Bourne has respect for Obafemi, and Obafemi will probably has respect for Miles Bourne, but we'll see what happens. I know Jasper Troy and Obafemi, that'll be a heck of a fight. So Ava was upset with Paige and Saints, and they were yelling at each other. Ava's telling her to shut up and calm down. And he says, and then Ava says, "You'll get your match next week, and not because you wanted to, but I say it, and the North American title on the line will be on the line. Take your title, go." And I gotta tell you, Ricky Saints has no problem putting that title on the line. He's a fighting champion. I respect that. And Tony D'Angelo addresses Channing Stacks Lorenzo as they meet each other at Battleground also this coming Sunday. Then more women's action. Lola Vice versus Fallon Henley. Heck of a matchup until JC Jane got involved. Little miscommunication between her and Fallon Henley, and Vice ended up picking up the victory as a result. Kelly Kincaid had a sit-down interview with Stephanie McCare, who is determined to prove herself as why she is the NXT Women's Champion. at Battleground. She's got a tough task ahead of her in Jordan Grace. Dark State addresses the NXT locker room and introduce themselves one by one. And I'll tell you one thing, these four young men really want to make an impact. And I'll tell you one thing right now, they turned that NXT locker room upside down. So Kaylani Jordan one-on-one with Zarya, who looks like if Beth Phoenix and the Legion of Doom had a threesome, I think. I don't know. Anyways, heck of a matchup until Joe Ruka jumps on the apron, and then Kaylani Jordan used her smarts to have Zarya run into Sol Ruka, and Kaylani Jordan pick up the victory over the Aussie powerhouse. So, and that match will happen at Battleground as Kaylani Jordan challenges Sol Ruka for the NXT Women's North American Championship. And then they had Joe Hendry in concert on Trick Williams. Joe Hendry roasting Trick Williams in his concert, of course, and then Trick Williams interrupts Hendry, and then they both brawled in the end with Joe Hendry standing tall with the TNA title in his hand. History will be in the making this coming Sunday. We will see what happens. Well, that is all the time we have on the show. Episode 2,257 of the show. Tomorrow we got the Joker's Wild coming, and I'm really excited about that. AEW Dynamite and WWE Evolve happening tomorrow as well. So, that's it, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed night. And until next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E and do it for Bob Saget production, and in association with a Raving Bull for 3000 Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. See you later on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now.